Two people, same blood, same dragon, same dynasty. One was raised in exile, sold like property, told she was the last of her kind, and clawed her way back from nothing to command armies, dragons, and the love of an entire continent. The other was raised a bastard, told he was nobody, and became the man who held the living and the dead apart by sheer force of will. Both of them had a claim to the Iron Throne, and the question of whose claim was stronger is one of the most painful questions in all of Game of Thrones. Not because the answer is complicated, but because by the time we know the answer, it no longer matters. Because the answer is not what most people think, and it destroyed them both. If you're new here, this is Mereth Tales. We go beyond the surface of the stories you love, into the history, the tragedy, and the truth. Subscribe and hit the bell so you never miss a journey. The lore first. In Westeros, succession passes through the male line, with women ranked below male claimants. Jon Snow, whose real name is Aegon Targaryen, is the son of Rhaegar Targaryen and Lyanna Stark. Rhaegar was the firstborn son of King Aerys. That makes Jon the grandson of the last legitimate king, through the eldest son. Daenerys is the youngest surviving child of King Aerys. Jon outranks Daenerys. A son's son comes before a king's daughter, elder line before younger line. But there is one more layer. Rhaegar was already married when he met Lyanna. For Jon to be legitimate, Rhaegar needed to annul that marriage. And the show tells us he did. A secret ceremony, in a tower in Dorne, performed by a Septon dead for decades. If that marriage held, Jon's claim is ironclad. If it didn't, Jon is a bastard, and Daenerys stands alone. The entire question hinges on a secret, with no living witnesses, in a war that ended before Jon could walk. This is Westeros. Of course it does. But law is only part of the argument. The throne goes to the person who can take it, hold it, and justify it. So who earned it? Daenerys started with nothing. A girl sold to a warlord in a country whose language she didn't speak. No army, no allies, no dragons. And from that, she built an empire. She became Khaleesi. She walked into fire and emerged as the mother of dragons. She crossed an ocean with an army at her back. She freed the slave cities of Astapor, Yunkai, and Meereen, not for political leverage, but because she could not walk past suffering and do nothing. She flew a dragon north and faced the dead when she had no obligation to. The Breaker of Chains is not a name someone gave her. It is a name she built, one impossible decision at a time. Jon's case is equal in weight. He was a bastard sent to guard a wall against threats most of the world didn't believe existed. He defended Castle Black. He forged an alliance with the Free Folk, people his brothers had been fighting for generations, because he understood the real enemy was bigger than old grudges. He was elected Lord Commander, killed for his convictions, and resurrected. He faced the Night King at Hardhome so survivors could escape. Both of them bled for their place. The difference, Daenerys wanted the throne, Jon never did. And in any political system, that distinction matters enormously. Then there are the dragons. Targaryens have always believed dragons are not merely weapons, they are legitimacy. A dragon rider is something chosen. In the old days of Valyria, the bond between rider and dragon was proof that the blood was pure, that the claim was real. Daenerys hatched 3 dragons from stone. Drogon, after she died, melted the Iron Throne, as if he understood what had killed her. Jon could ride Rhaegal. Named for Rhaegar, Jon's true father, the dragon accepted him without resistance. The dragon recognized the blood. Both were chosen. Which means the dragons offer no clean answer. Only this: 2 people from the same broken dynasty, confirmed by the same ancient power. It means the throne was always going to destroy one of them. Jon did not want to know his true identity. When he told Daenerys, he expected nothing to change. But the truth is a weapon even when you put it down. Once Sansa knew, it would never stay contained. Once the North knew, alliances shifted, and Daenerys felt the ground move beneath her. The throne wasn't just power to her, it was the answer to why all of it had happened. Why she had suffered, why she kept going when any reasonable person would have stopped. The revelation didn't just threaten her claim, it threatened the story that made her life meaningful. And so she unraveled. Not all at once, not simply. The isolation came first. Then Missandei's death. Then the bells of King's Landing, and a city that should have surrendered, and something inside her that finally broke. Daenerys burned King's Landing because she finally stopped believing mercy could save the world. Jon killed Daenerys because he loved her and could not watch her become what she had become. Neither of them wanted this. The Iron Throne melted. Nobody won. Legally, Jon, no contest. Morally, a draw. Both earned their place through sacrifice and genuine leadership. Neither was handed anything. Both lost people they loved to get where they ended up. By dragonfire, a draw. Both could ride. The dragons chose no side. By desire, Daenerys. A ruler who doesn't want power is often the best kind. A ruler who has built their identity around it is often the most dangerous, because the wanting becomes inseparable from who they are. But the show's actual answer is this. Neither of them was the right answer. The Iron Throne was the wrong question. Bran Stark, who felt nothing, wanted nothing, and could see everything, sat the throne. Not by blood, not by fire, because the lords of a broken realm chose him. The person who least wanted power received it. The people who fought hardest for it destroyed each other. Jon walked back to the north, beyond the wall, to the cold and the free folk and the world where no one needed him to be a king. He had the strongest legal claim in the history of the Seven Kingdoms, and he walked away from it into the snow. They found each other across an ocean and a war and a night that lasted a generation. And they tore each other apart, not out of malice, out of love, out of truth, out of the weight of names and blood and prophecy that neither of them asked for. Who had the stronger claim? Jon. By law. Who deserved it more? That depends on what you think a throne is for. Fire and blood built it. Fire and blood ended it. And somewhere beyond the wall, a man with a silver name and a northern soul finally found peace.